Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. I wanted to do another TA for you guys on Bitcoin. As a lot of you guys may know, I'm still pretty bearish on Bitcoin long term. Obviously there's going to be pushes up. Last time I told you guys to buy, it was like around the 50, like 100 area. I think it was like down here somewhere, where I said it'd be probably the perfect time to buy Bitcoin to accumulate, and we made a huge run, right? Which is absolutely great. And I'm happy that some of you guys actually bought Bitcoin down at this $51,000 level. But if we go to the month chart, we're getting very, very close to finally create that downtrend on Bitcoin. I do think that the downtrend on Bitcoin, the bear market, already started with April, 100%. A lot of people are saying like, hey, this time's gonna be different. This time's gonna be different. I don't think so, man. Like, I honestly think that we're gonna end up dropping a lot of points come this next drop. On average, we guess we've on these major drops, on the monthly drops, we've done anywhere between 80, 70, 40%. So I think minimum, we're looking like dropping around 40% from the highs. Which would put Bitcoin at, let me see, 40%, 40, like right there, which would put Bitcoin somewhere around the 37, 38, 40K range. So I think minimum, we are starting to drop down to around, this 37, $38,000, $40,000 level. Are we going to drop lower than that? Quite possibly. Whenever we actually have these drops to the downside, we end up being bearish for quite a while, sometimes even a full year. And I think we're definitely nearing that, especially with all the new coins coming out that are like, being super like sus and stuff. So that's just another indication for me to think, yeah, there's this market's definitely gonna dip a little bit to the downside. I would argue that Bitcoin maybe has another week or so of probably running up, maybe retesting the higher levels of like that 64K, 65K. But I think overall, as of right now, yeah, I am pretty bearish on Bitcoin. Still am. I actually started shorting Bitcoin right now at around 57,000, again at 58,000. And I think if the more Bitcoin trails on the upside, I think I'm just gonna add to my short position, to be honest. Because as of right now, we did close April. We closed April on that weaker candle for the sell side on the MACD, and the only ever time we've actually done that is right before the market started dropping. I mean, you guys can see back here in July of 2019. We created that weaker candle, right? That was basically initiating a strong sell. And guess what? We actually created highs the month before, and then July we created that weaker bearish candle, or in this case a stronger bearish candle, because we're using that reverse MACD. And guess what? We saw that dip all the way down. We went from highs of 13, 14,000, to lows of to these lows of let me click it, of a little bit under 4,000. Same thing happened last time. We started creating these weaker bear candles on the MACD again, and we were creating tops on the stochastic. And guess what? Same thing happened. We went from those lows of 20K down to lows of, again, under 3,500. And then the previous time we actually dropped, we went from highs of $780 to lows of $475, which was a smaller drop, but still all indication of what happened last time. See, we created these weaker bear candles, and again, that's when the drop started. I wouldn't be surprised if we keep up this momentum to the downside, that we easily see Bitcoin going back down to like the $40,000 range. I mean, I would not be surprised at all. I think if I'm going to start accumulating Bitcoin, I'm going to keep my shorts open all the way down to at least 45,000. I think minimum, that's the absolute minimum that we could possibly drop down to. and I think that we might keep trailing all the way down to 40K. And I mean, and if I'm being honest, I mean, I do think still that we're going to be dropping all the way down to previous highs of 2017, which were around like 20K, 17K. You guys know that I'm definitely, you know, short-term bearish on Bitcoin. Obviously, long-term, I have a lot of crypto, but short-term, I definitely think that we can see a big correction all the way down around 20K. But I think the minimum drop that we're going to see is probably like around 40K. I really think that's going to happen. I'm going to keep holding my shorts, and basically anything that's going to be around this level, I'm going to keep opening shorts on Bitcoin, because I mean, we closed April on that weaker candle, which basically, obviously, because we're using the reverse MACD, it's a stronger sell signal, right? And again, we opened up May with another weaker candle, which indicates a strong sell. And I think that we might stay consistent like this up until June. And I think June, July is going to be the real indication when we actually cross over and we create that green bubble that we see on these past, you know, on these past nosedives that we did when we dropped, you know, upwards of 80%. You know, it really is just about giving it another month or two for this to actually be created. Because look, what are we doing right now? We're creating tops on the stochastic, the same exact thing that we did last time. Tops on the stochastic. Last time we were creating tops really close to tops, and I'm telling you, we still drop. So I'm definitely persuade to be way more bearish than I am bullish right now. Short term, definitely am bullish. I mean, that's why I told you guys to buy in at like 51K last time, and we rallied to almost, you know, what were the highs recently? 58K. So short term, I am definitely bullish. But even right now, we just made that crossover over here on the MACD to go bearish, and that's where I bought my shorts, and I'm already in profit. So I'm not selling yet, but I'm definitely keeping them open. But I'm letting you guys know, like, I'm not saying that we're gonna 100% crash, but I do definitely think that as of April, we've officially started the Bitcoin bear market. I'll see you guys later.